like, I would describe it as like nomadic. And just like sort of a variety of experiences, all stemming from one kind of very sad moment. After high school, my parents moved, or after my high school, not their high school, my parents moved to Ohio. What part of Ohio are you from? Because I'm going to make fun of one part. What part are you from?
Northeast Ohio.
Northeast? Great. This is Northwest.
That's where I went to college.
University of Toledo?
I went to BGSU.
Bowling Green State University. Great. Anyway, my parents lived in a town called Toledo, which is Spanish for this is it, I guess. And I went back there for one summer, like my first summer off from college. I went to school in Virginia. And I went back there, woo! And so I went back there and I worked at a Hungry Howie's pizza place, as a pizza delivery. Hungry Howie's is, it's like Little Caesars, but not as good. And it's a Midwest regional chain with a little cartoon man, and they have flavored crust, and it was a nice place to work. But like every stereotype you know about like pizza delivery people is like, was not true of me, I don't think, but is 100% true of everybody who worked here. Just like the pimpliest face, pop smokingest, just like weird neon lights on their cars, like stupid names like Disco. I'm not like generalizing, that's all about one specific guy. His name was actually Disco, who worked there. And like, so it was like a rotation of fuck-ups would come in and like have the job for a week or two before they got fired. But I stayed there the whole summer, and the manager there was this guy named Mike, who was like, who became like very good friends with him, and we would work like 50, 60 hours a week there, and we just enjoyed it because it was real fun to just work. Like, he would be there making pies the whole time. I would make pies when I was around, and then I'd deliver them. And he was just a really cool, nice guy. He was like a real good friend. And it felt like, okay, Ohio's like a little bit of a home now, to have like a new thing here. So I went back to school, and then I think it must have been around October of that year, Mike got married to a very lovely woman, and they went on their honeymoon to Myrtle Beach. And one of the nights they went to Medieval Times. And Mike, when they got there, he had a extremely violent allergic reaction to horse dander and died, like in the entryway of Medieval Times. And it was like just sudden. Like he went in, he clenched up. Like people were still going in. The show like went on. It was just like this bang bang thing that happened. And it's like just one of the more sad things that ever happened. That you can think of happening. For such a joyous moment to just end like that while people are still going in to watch weird knights and horses. So that sort of ended like the Ohio thing as home for me, since I didn't have that anymore. So like all the rest of my summers and vacation, like I would visit my parents, and Ohio just became like a place to visit my parents. It wasn't a place that I lived. Because I lived in the college town I lived in, it's called Lexington, Virginia, which is like a very small, it's like a very small college town, and I worked at a coffee shop, I worked at an Applebee's, I dated a townie, I like did all the local spots. And after college, I just sort of settled into just what was happening there, and I moved, it was a real like, oh, the places you'll stay type vibe with me. Because I didn't like really have goals or ambition. I thought I would want to go to law school, but I decided I didn't want to. So I moved in with the townie I was dating, and we lived. She was a horse trainer. That was her job, and we moved to a horse farm. And one of the things I discovered is that I'm very scared of horses. And the reason I'm scared of horses is because I'm right. They're giant, unreasonable beasts. Their heads are like the size of, their heads are way bigger than you think they are. They're the size of your torso. They can swallow your head. You don't think that because proportionally the rest of them's bigger, but their heads are big and their whole body's big, and if like a carrot is behind you, a horse wouldn't give a fuck about you. Kill you. They're the things that the apocalypse rides in on. Not cool. I found that out, and I also found out that I was like violently allergic to hay, which wasn't a fun experience either. So I was like, I sort of got like, okay, I need to get out of here. And I went where, what I decided to do was move to New Hampshire to work on the John Edwards presidential campaign. Yeah, because I know how to pick a winner. And so it was 2003. And
Where I worked in New Hampshire is this town called Keene, New Hampshire, which is in the western part of New Hampshire. It's like a small town. It's very, very rural.
and I was like a field director. What's up?
Good college girl, yeah.
Good college girls there? maybe, but I only say talents. So like I was like a field director. What that meant is like I knock on doors and I call people to ask them to vote for somebody they were never fucking gonna vote for. And it was a hard work, but it was a fun job. But the thing about Keene that is Keene's thing is every year they have a pumpkin festival. And it's like this giant thing where they try to have like the most carved jack-o'-lanterns, and it's like tens of thousands of pumpkins like line the streets at Halloween. I was there from July until December, and like from July until Halloween, everybody talked about like, oh, pumpkin festival's coming up, you excited? And then from Halloween to the end of December, everybody's like, man, that pumpkin festival was great. Yeah, so that was my experience, and like I sort of broke up with the girl I was dating like while I was there, and John Edwards, spoiler, if you haven't caught up, lost like 4% maybe, and so that was like sort of that little chapter of my life, and then I moved back and wandered again. I went back to the horse farm for a little bit for some reason because those are demon beasts again, and then eventually like sort of finally moved on with my life and left all that behind me, and then moved to DC to work in politics for a bit, which we'll pick up later.